Hello and welcome to Insights 2025, Building for People. I'm William Newton, WiredScore CEO, and I'm delighted to be your host today. It's a privilege to kick off the new year with all of you, reflecting on what lies ahead for technology and real estate, two sectors that, while once worlds apart, have been converging since our journey began in 2013. At WiredScore, we have the unique opportunity to sit at the intersection of these industries, influencing how innovation is reshaping the spaces where we live, we work, and we connect. The challenges of the last few years, from navigating hybrid work to contending with rising interest rates, have tested the resilience of our industry. But amid these swirling macroeconomic and societal forces, the world's best landlords and developers have been stepping up, using technology as a tool to tackle these challenges head on. The progress we see today is as inspiring as it is varied. Different parts of the world are defining their own unique flavors of smart. But one thing is clear: the arc of innovation is moving us towards a more connected, more human-centered built environment. More than ever, our focus is on the people who inhabit these spaces. How do we build communities that thrive from the ground up? How do we reconcile the hyper-local needs of a neighborhood with the increasing global priorities of our time? How can data and technology enhance our spaces while ensuring accountability and ethical stewardship? These are the questions that will shape the future of real estate, and they are central to today's discussion. Over the next hour, we will deep dive into the trends shaping the future of real estate. And for the first time, we're unveiling data-driven insights from the 1 billion square feet of real estate that WiredScore has certified globally. Following this, I'll be joined by colleagues from around the globe to discuss what's driving change in their respective markets, who is setting the standard, and what can we all learn from their successes. And finally, we'll celebrate the visionaries who are leading the charge. We'll recognise the recipients of our 2025 Portfolio Awards and reveal the winners of our Certificates of Excellence, another first for WiredScore. These honours are a testament to those who are paving the way for technology in real estate, and it's an absolute pleasure to shine a spotlight on their achievements. But first, to talk through our insights, I'd like to welcome Axel de Menil and Freya Yang.
Thanks, William. We're so happy to be here with you all today. My name is Axel, and I'm WiredScore Group Product Manager, responsible for our certifications.
And I'm Freya, WiredScore's Head of Commercial Engineering. Today, Axel and I are excited to unveil the findings of WiredScore's Insights 2025 report. As William said, this report is grounded in our own extensive data, collected from over 1 billion square feet of real estate that WiredScore has certified globally. To bring these findings to life, we'll explore 3 macro trends that are shaping investments in technology across real estate today. Firstly, the evolution of digital connectivity in the workplace. Next, the role of data management in real estate. And finally, how technology is enhancing well-being and community. Let's dive right in. Over to you, Axel.
Thank you, Freya. First up, let's explore the evolution of digital connectivity in the workplace. The shift towards flexible working, which has been unfolding for years, continues to drive the need for seamless connectivity wherever we work, whether at the office, at home, or even at a cafe. Buildings must be equipped with reliable, high-performance digital infrastructure to deliver the seamless experience we all expect. When WiredScore was founded, it was with a mission to provide transparency about a building's ability to offer reliable internet connectivity. Over the past 13 years, internet service provision has remained at the core of our assessments. It's no surprise then that buildings we assess today consistently score highly in this area. Over the past 3 years, for example, office buildings we've certified have averaged a 90% score for internet service provision, with home scoring even higher at 95%. Now let's turn to mobile performance. Residential buildings are again leading the way here, demonstrating that in this specific asset class, landlords and developers are prioritizing mobile performance. Residential buildings score an average of 70% for mobile compared to just 40% for commercial properties. Regionally, however, the story is a bit more nuanced. Buildings in the Middle East and Asia Pacific consistently achieve high scores for both internet service provision and mobile performance. This is at least in part due to newer building stock and stricter regulations around mobile provisions. In contrast, North America, the UK, and Europe are lagging behind. Reliance on legacy infrastructure, such as copper internet provision, combined with complex planning regulation, makes it harder for building owners in these regions to install the latest infrastructure. This disparity presents an opportunity. By learning from the best practices in the Asia Pacific and the Middle East, other regions can modernize their infrastructure and ensure their buildings remain competitive and ready for tomorrow's technology. Speaking of readiness, let's move on to our future readiness category. Over the last 3 years, we've seen significant improvement in score within this category, a 6% increase for offices and a 9% increase for homes. This reflects a growing commitment from landlords to invest in future-proofing strategies, such as providing ample space for new equipment in core building infrastructures and adopting technologies like fiber backbone. Looking ahead, we expect this trend to accelerate as buildings continue to evolve with technological advancements. So I know I've just shared a lot of numbers, so let me summarize this with you. There are 3 key takeaways for building owners in 2025 regarding workplace connectivity. Firstly, prioritize integrating Wi-Fi and mobile performance across all asset classes. Secondly, identify and address mobile connectivity gaps, particularly in regions that are reliant on legacy technologies. And then thirdly, invest in future-proofing buildings with robust digital infrastructure to support evolving work patterns. Now over to you, Freya, to discuss the role of data management in building operations.
Thanks, Axel. Now, it goes without saying that effective data management is essential for the long-term success of buildings, particularly in improving and enhancing the experience of people using them. Effective data management enables landlords and occupiers to optimize building performance, improve efficiency, and measure sustainable metrics. While more building systems are starting to talk to each other and exchange data, greater collaborations between landlords and occupiers is still needed to unlock their full potential. Our own data shows that landlords are increasingly investing in data management to deliver performance on sustainability goals. The design and governance of data systems in commercial buildings we have certified worldwide has significantly improved, with the average building meeting 77% of data management requirements in 2024, up from 63% in 2021. This reflects a growing awareness of its importance among landlords. Regionally, Asia Pacific and the Middle East are leading the way, benefiting from a higher proportion of new developments and embracing innovations like digital twin technologies, which makes integrating modern systems much easier. Building size also plays a role here. Mid-sized buildings have the highest adoption rates compared to smaller and larger buildings, which score 66% and 59% respectively. It appears that mid-sized buildings hit the sweet spot, leveraging advanced technology for use cases such as tracking precise energy use or predictive maintenance without it being prohibitively expensive or complicated to manage. But there's more to the story. Responsibility for the provision and optimization of data is a pivotal issue for our industry. While the rise of asset-appropriate data management system is a step in the right direction, they become redundant without the collaboration between landlords and occupiers. And this is where occupier setup becomes critical. Over the last 2 years, we have seen a 6% increase in the average score achieved for our occupier setup category. This category looks at the processes involved in getting occupiers online and the provision of essential data to feed into their own data management systems to unlock insights and create opportunities for optimization. We have seen data steadily moving up the agenda as landlords and occupiers recognize their shared responsibility. Those who collaborate on long-term data strategies will deliver buildings that not only meet the evolving demands, but also maximize operational efficiency and sustainability. So what does this mean for building operators thinking about maximizing the role of data management in 2025? There are three key considerations. The first one is that we believe it is a sound investment to adopt and implement integrated data management platforms in both new build and retrofitted buildings. These platforms are cost-effective over the long term, reducing energy bills, maintenance expenses, and operational inefficiency. Secondly, strengthening collaboration and communication between landlords and occupier is vital to optimize data collection and analysis. Finally, landlords should consider offering monitoring services to occupier for occupancy, energy use, productivity, and more to stay competitive in a rapidly evolving market. Axel, take us home with the final theme.
Thank you, Freya. The final theme we are going to cover today is technology's role in enhancing well-being and community. Technology is integral to improving the health, accessibility, and security of buildings and their surrounding communities. Well-designed buildings with integrated tech can significantly improve the quality of life for occupants. Our data highlights several technology features that contribute to occupiers' well-being and happiness. While technology is sometimes seen as a blocker to social interaction, its proper integration has proven to enhance it. Smart technologies such as smart lighting, air quality system, and fitness devices complement physical amenities like gym, green spaces, and wellness centers. WiredScore certified buildings score an average of 80% in the well-being category, reflecting the strong adoption of technologies that foster health and community within buildings. Access and mobility are also transforming through technology. Over the past 3 years, WiredScore certified building saw an 18% increase in credits for the access and navigation category. This growth highlights the use of innovation such as real-time navigation apps, intelligent parking system, and automated transportation services, which enhance accessibility and foster cohesion in communities.
Safety and security also remain paramount. In the last 3 years, safety and security scores increased by 19%, driven by the adoption of advanced surveillance technologies and AI-powered analytics systems. These solutions leverage data from cameras, crime reporting, and emergency applications to proactively mitigate risks, ensuring occupant safety. Cybersecurity has also emerged as a key focus, with a 10% year-on-year increase in performance scores. And with global investment in cybersecurity projected to exceed $400 billion in the next 5 years, landlords are increasingly prioritizing measures to safeguard digital and physical infrastructure from evolving threats.
So how can building operators use technology to enhance well-being and community in their portfolio in 2025? Here are 3 practical recommendations. First, integrate wellness technologies such as air quality system and smart lighting to promote occupants' health and well-being. Secondly, invest in smart navigation systems to improve building accessibility and foster connected communities. And then finally, equip buildings with advanced safety, security, and cybersecurity system to protect occupiers and ensure long-term resilience. By embracing these strategies, landlords and operators can create space where communities thrive, ensuring that technology benefits everyone who's interacting with their buildings. You can find all the takeaway we've shared today in WiredScore's Insight 2025 report, which can be downloaded from our website. Thank you very much for your time today. Back to you, William.
Thank you, Axel and Freya. Your call to action on collaboration resonated strongly with me. In order to create future-ready cities and towns, stakeholders from across real estate and technology need to work hand in hand. I'm confident that sharing WiredScore's data on technological excellence today is a first step to greater international industry collaboration. To continue on the theme of learning from each other, I'm pleased to be joining our next session, a roundtable discussion on what WiredScore colleagues are seeing and hearing around the world.
Hello and welcome to the Roundtable section of our event. My name's Tom, I'm the Regional Director for the UK and Ireland, and I'm joined today by a variety of my colleagues who will be talking about their experiences of technology and how we work with our clients across the globe. I'm joined by Hamish, who is the Regional Director for North America, William, our CEO, who will be talking about his experiences growing the business in the Asia Pacific region, Merle, a director in the European side of the business, and John, representing the Middle East part of our business. Thank you all for being here today. We are going to be covering a number of key themes, 3 in principle, and I'm really excited to illustrate how we're approaching those themes, but more importantly, how our clients are approaching those themes, what they mean for the market today and what we have been able to learn from those people and how we've been able to work with them. And to open it up, I'd like to start by discussing in brief the state of the markets in your respective regions, but more importantly, what that has meant for the deployment, the rollout for, and the appetite for technology in real estate in those sectors. So Merle, I'll come to you first. In terms of what's happening in the European real estate sector, how has that affected what people have chosen to do with technology in their buildings?
So many companies are reassessing their office spaces needs with a clear shift towards minimizing reliance on physical office spaces. However, those still engaged in the market are embracing a less but better strategy, prioritizing on high quality, sustainable spaces, offering exceptional experiences for their employees. Additionally, the office investment market has faced challenges as rising construction costs and declining exit multipliers have forced developers to reevaluate their business strategies. A lot of projects have undergone value engineering to align with tighter budgets. This recalibration has sparked a search for non-negotiables, features that tenants prioritize despite shrinking budgets. One of the key emerging priorities is connectivity. So 60 to 70% of our clients now pursuing certifications for leasing purposes. A prominent example is Aroundtown, which has recognized connectivity as an important factor for their tenants, improving building quality and user satisfaction to enhance the appeal of their spaces in an increasingly competitive market.
I think that less but better theme is something that we've all seen globally. Is it fair to say in your markets that as well as the landlords wanting to offer that, that's something that the tenants are expecting more and more?
Absolutely, yeah.
Is that true of North America, Hamish?
Yeah, absolutely. Similar to what Merle mentioned, it's no secret that the US macroeconomy has been through significant challenges over the past 24 months with the whole economy getting used to a high interest rate environment and a restrictive monetary policy. And how that relates to real estate, you can see how that would bring the challenges that would bring. On top of that, you had underwhelming return to office numbers post-pandemic, and then you throw in the uncertainty of a presidential election. You start to get the full picture. But coming into this year, I'm feeling confident, and I think sentiment is shifting. In Q4 last year, you had leasing volumes return to 90% plus of pre-pandemic levels, and although hybrid work strategies will continue to shape how tenants are thinking about their real estate, actually, I think a lot of that downsizing has already happened. So one of the trends that I'm looking to watch this year is shifting business sentiment as people start to really be less defensive. In many of the conversations we had last year with our clients and with investors around the market, there was a cautious approach. So only really funding mission critical, more short-term projects. And I think that's starting to change now, both in terms of the conversations we're having, but also in the data that I'm reading as well. So Deloitte do a big survey at the start of every year. And when I read it last year, over 40% of the respondents spoke about looking at cost cutting in the next 12 months. And that figure this year is down to 7%. So people are really starting to think about how they can spend again for growth. And I think importantly for the context of this conversation, over 81% of respondents were targeting data and technology as a key focus of their investment. So we're looking forward to working across our clients' portfolios to really maximise the impact of that investment.
That's very exciting. That confidence surely bodes well for the real estate market, but also for prop tech as a more general. People have the appetite and the excitement to go and want to deploy these things and explore what they can do in an improving world. Surely there's a lot of people who benefit from that.
Absolutely. And I think a great example of that from our portfolio clients, SL Green, who have performed really well over the past couple of years by really focusing on providing what tenants need and recognising that technology has a really key role to play in that. And through doing that, they've created a really distinct identity and brand in the New York real estate market.
That's great to hear. So obviously Europe, North America, bumpy couple of years in terms of market circumstances. William, the news from the Asia Pacific region seems more positive and seems to have been more positive over the last few years. Does that mean people are willing to spend more money on more technology for more impact?
Yeah, I mean, look, so the first thing, you're obviously right, and we all know this, APAC as a whole has done much better than the economies of North America and Europe. We shouldn't ignore within that there are huge differences. Some of those economies have done phenomenally well. It's great to see India at the moment, which has had over 50 million square feet of new office developments in the last year, and kind of a booming economy. Other parts of APAC have done sort of slightly less well. But to your question, I actually don't think that the main driver for the adoption of technology, which has been really significant in APAC, has been that economic boom. I think where we see the adoption of different technologies there, it's more related to the different preferences of tenants in those buildings. So one technology that I've been fascinated to see has been really well adopted, particularly in Southeast Asia, is facial recognition technology to be used for things like door access. You can walk up, the barriers will open upon scanning your face. They will call the lift to go to the floor that the building knows belongs to you. And it's kind of incredible technology, and you feel like, wow, this is amazing. Why does this not exist in the rest of the world? And the reason isn't because these regions are growing more so they can spend more on technology. It's because that's a technology that consumers are comfortable with in Southeast Asia, but they're not comfortable with in Europe. One major landlord in Southeast Asia who I know has put in this technology all over their buildings, but they've been forced to take it out of the floors where they actually have a number of German tenants, because the Germans aren't comfortable with that as technology. So the primary difference in technological adoption isn't to do with the economy, it's to do with consumer preference.
It's very, very interesting to hear. And everyone who's spoken so far has come back to that key balance between landlord or landlord developer and occupier. And I think that is one of the most important aspects to get right in any development or long-standing real estate ownership. That's something that I think we spend a lot of time helping our clients with. Where can I responsibly and productively spend money on my assets, but what crucially do people want? And that's something that we'll be coming back to throughout the panel over the course of today. It feels like we're moving from around the globe as markets get healthier and healthier. So I'm going to come on to John next in the Middle East, where all I hear about is giga projects, huge scale, massive volumes of appetite for investment and development. Is it that simple? Is that still the case? And if so, what effect does that have on the use and the rollout of technology in those markets?
It's a fantastic question. I mean, look, it's worth acknowledging. I think the Middle East is going through its own sort of golden era of development at the moment. But the projects that you hear about are sort of 10, 20, 30 years in the future. So when we look at the main sort of commercial hubs across the GCC and in some markets in North Africa, they're seeing record uptake to the point where there's actually a significant shortage of supply because these giga projects aren't coming online until perhaps 2030 and beyond. So there's a couple of things that are happening perhaps in the shorter term. One is, whilst those sorts of levels of demand might typically drive sort of tick over behavior, developers can sit back, put their feet up, throw some buildings up, and they know they'll get adopted. The sort of the bold national visions coming out of markets like the UAE and Saudi, combined with the rapid influx of multinational corporations into these strong markets, means that developers are actually pushing themselves further, and it's giving significant staying power to the flight to quality. And technology is increasingly being seen as a proxy to that. So a fantastic example actually is Aldar, who's one of the sovereign wealth fund developments in Abu Dhabi. They are seeing record leasing levels across incredibly large buildings, and yet they are continuing to make investments that may not actually make sense on paper right now, because they see it as very important to be keeping these buildings, both what they've got and what's coming up, ahead of the rest of the market, so that by the time these developments come online in 2030, 2035, they've already got a market competitive portfolio.
Really interesting. It's been fascinating to hear the perspectives across the globe. If I can speak to the UK market, I think similar headlines to what we would have heard from North America and Europe, a bumpy couple of years, but still really strong leasing activities, record rents being set around markets across the UK, both London regionally and in Ireland as well. The thing that I've really noticed that our clients have been doing with their portfolios in terms of technology is not how much, but what works. And again, it echoes things that some of you have spoken to already. Do I want an app for my building that does 44 different things, 3 of which are used, or do I want an app that does 3 things and I can really engage with my customers and my occupiers and work out what's working for them in the building, what they want from the building, particularly in a world where costs are more constrained from a development, refurbishment, activity point of view at the moment. You have to think very, very carefully about the luxury of £1 spent on technology and the ROI, where that's coming from. And I actually think that's great for smart technology more generally, because people are focusing on what works. And if we can do things that work and have an impact, rather than things that are just shiny and exciting on paper, the whole industry benefits accordingly. But things that are shiny and things that excite people are really important. And I want to move on for the next section to talk a bit about the role that brand plays for our clients. And I think we know that a lot of people work with WiredScore for the certifications they're building because they have a market impact. And that's a really important part of what we do and something we're very proud to be doing. What's the interface, Hamish, in your market between technology and branding? Where the two sit?
Yeah, well, I think like many markets globally, we're seeing a continued shift towards hospitality-led real estate in North America, and brand plays such an important role in that, where I think the connection between brand and occupier experience is really strong. And occupier experience is often driven in part by amenity, which is enabled by technology. A great example of that is a building in Chicago called 800 West Fulton, which has done really well. So there's a fantastic amenity offer there, the types of things you'd expect from a really prestigious grade A building. They've got lovely terraces, a fantastic fitness center, lockers and bike repair, everything you'd expect from a well amenitized building. But actually technology that sits behind that really brings that to life. So it makes it convenient, easy to book. Everyone knows what's on offer. And I think that's a really important point, where brand for me depends on occupier experience. Occupier experience is driven by amenity, and then technology is really fundamental in delivering that amenity in a way that allows it to be used in a way that's really effective, whether that's convenience, comfort, entertainment, or community. And what helps bring that together is something that you mentioned, which is often a building app. So actually that brings all that to the fore and lets occupiers know what's available and helps them to use it in a way that's effective.
Great to hear. We've come back to the occupiers again there. William, given the scale of some of the projects that we've worked across the Asia-Pacific region, is there the same focus of occupier-centric branding, or what role does branding play differently or similarly to the examples Hamish has given us?
I think the thing that I've been mainly blown away by from a branding perspective in APAC is the ambition to make entire neighborhoods branded as being really technologically enabled. The ambition of some of the landlords that we're working with stretches far beyond just creating a nice building for their own occupiers. It's about creating often national landmarks, which are a new place that visitors will be exciting to come and see. One of my favorite examples of this is One Bangkok in Thailand, where they've created a huge new neighborhood that's going to be like the prestige business address, but also has integrated technology in such a way that they have an amazing cultural offering. So they're attracting the residents of the city to come and take part in lots of cultural programming. They got an IMAX size outdoor screen where they invited everyone in Bangkok to come and watch the Olympics, and they had thousands of people turn up. And they put in place world-class art. And so they're really using their development to try and create something new for Thailand that the Thai people can be really proud of. And technology is central to that. Technology underpins all of that and is part of the actual experience that they offer themselves. So it's really ambitious, and it delivers something monumental at scale.
That's very, very cool. Merle, does branding work if projects are not monumental and at scale? Is there a place for branding across the scale size of developments, do you think?
Yes, definitely. So we're seeing this trend in the European market as well. What's particularly striking is that smaller buildings are leveraging technology as a marketing tool. it's no longer just the large, shiny new developments with flashy websites showcasing their tech. A great example is GSG Berlin, one of the largest landlords in Berlin. They manage a portfolio of existing buildings, many of which consist of smaller units with rental prices significantly below prime rents. However, they made a brief commitment to investing in building technology, aiming to enhance user experience and maintain a competitive edge. And interestingly, they recently stated that this commitment is not in spite of the challenging market conditions in Europe, but because of them. So this demonstrates that industry leaders across all market segments are leveraging technology to stand out from their competitors.
I think it's particularly impactful when you see people doing that with, as you say, their existing standing stock.
Yeah, and
tech is not just for new builds, as we know. Tech is not just for scale, and the marketing, branding impact of the two is the same. I think it's really powerful to be able to say, we didn't knock this down. We took this wonderful building that has been in existence for a number of years, and we brought tech to the building. We brought the building to modern standards of the market, and we've done a great job from a tech point of view, and we're now going to do a great job from a branding point of view. So our customers, our competitors, and our peers know what we've done. It's a really exciting example to hear about.
As I'm sure many of you often say, every company is a tech company, a statement that increasingly applies to real estate businesses as well, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. John, we can't talk about scale without talking about the Middle East. What role does branding make? You talked about a market that's buoyant at the moment, supply crunches, people being able to let buildings very, very quickly. Is that because of a brand, or do you not need a brand if things are going that well?
I mean, I think you could argue the case for both, but in a market like the Middle East, I think the one thing we've seen from our 3 years in that market is that brand is king, ultimately. And more, I'm seeing real estate developers integrate technology as its own brand pillar, and something that they're dealing with very much holistically. One of the things I've really enjoyed actually is seeing how they do that throughout the real estate life cycle, particularly because if we look again at Saudi Arabia, they're not trying to attract tenants from one building in Riyadh to another. They're trying to pull in multinational corporations from all over the world, and so they don't just have to brand at a local level, they need to make global impact. So for the King Abdullah Financial District, they've actually used their asset information model to create a metaverse, a virtual online environment for the entire CAFT district. So prospective residents, occupiers, no matter where they are in the world, can effectively create an avatar for themselves and understand what it is like to live in and work in that district from Boston or London or Paris. And I think in a world where real estate does present some sustainability challenges, that's a very novel approach to showing what the district has to offer, without incurring the sort of carbon commitments that would come with the typical back and forth travel that we'd see from that.
It's an incredible example. I can think of an example in London where branding and tech meet and work really well together. One of our clients, Derwent, has 2 co-working spaces in London, one here near Old Street and one on Charlotte Street, and they are available to tenants in any of their buildings to go and work in, and a lot of us at WiredScore use them all the time. They're beautiful spaces. It feels like being in the lobby of a 5-star hotel. It's a wonderful place to go and work. And there's the design, the fit out, it feels very Derwent in terms of the quality of the product. But what I really love about it is the way that the DL app works across the estate seamlessly. For access, for booking, for engagement, for amenities, for ordering coffee, as simple as that. So I know as a Derwent customer what a Derwent building feels like and looks like from a visible point of view. But I also know how the Derwent brand works from a tech point of view as well. And to have the two working in synergy across London, I think really helps elevate the brand accordingly. And it's fantastic to see our clients using the tech side of things and the physical side of things to boost the brand and the user experience, and something we continue to benefit from. We've talked about branding, we've talked about the state of the market, and our final section is going to be a bit more on the actual impact. I think everyone who has an experience of smart building technology or building technology more generally always likes to know, what is it actually doing? How is it helping my building? How am I creating better buildings and better environments for people to work in? So I'm going to come back to you, Hamish, and just talk a little bit about what you're seeing in the market at perhaps a slightly more granular level.
Yeah, one of the things I love about this job is we do get kind of a front row seat to see the wonderful innovation that our clients are putting in place in real estate, globally. And an example I loved recently was a building in Boston called 10 World Trade in Boston Seaport, where they've used AI to automatically adjust the tint on the windows. And the building has fantastic views. So the occupants there no longer have to choose between kind of an obstructed view, pulling the blinds down, and being comfortable, being able to work in comfort without the glare and the heat. I thought that's just a great reminder that technology isn't always about making buildings really efficient, but it's also about making people productive, also about well-being and helping people to enjoy the space in clever ways.
That is a clever way. Very, very cool example. Merle, anything in your market that stands out from an impact of tech point of view?
Yeah, I think one topic that unites all stakeholders, developers, investors, and occupiers is the pressing need for a strong and compelling ESG narrative.
I agree.
So over the past few years, this trend has gained momentum, but it is becoming increasingly critical, driven not only by the ever-tightening EU regulations on ESG compliance, but also by a broader recognition of its importance. So achieving ambitious ESG goals, particularly CO2 emission reduction targets, hinges on deploying the right technology. A key transformation is the shift from time-based building operations to usage-based operations, enabling more efficient energy management and significantly reducing emissions. So, furthermore, the digitalization of ESG reporting is playing a pivotal role in this evolution, offering real-time monitoring and enhanced transparency. A standout example is DECA, an investor actively embracing this approach by integrating advanced technology into its real estate portfolio to meet sustainability targets through the use of smart building systems and real-time data analytics. DECA is optimizing energy consumption and improving the environmental performance of its properties. So, for instance, they are leveraging data on anticipated future climate conditions or weather conditions and occupancy rates to create the desired indoor climate with maximum energy efficiency.
That's incredible. Anticipated future climate is a really cool way of doing it. William, we've heard some great examples from APAC already. Anything else that's really stood out on your travels there?
When I was in Hong Kong in November, I was actually really glad of one smart innovation. With the HSITP Smart Neighborhood, they have built a really effective web tool that provides an augmented reality wayfinding tool. So if you're a bit lost, you can go on your phone and hold it up using your camera and it will just point you in the right direction. And as a slightly bemused and lost tourist, I was really glad that it just worked and I got to where I needed to go. And it felt to me like what a lot of innovation should be. It was simple. It didn't require a lot of kind of complex interaction, but it just fulfilled the task that I needed done. I was very grateful for it at the time.
Yeah, we've come back again to the effective simplicity of user-based needs being solved by technology. It really does continue to stand out. Lastly, John, anything from your market that you've seen that is really noteworthy, merit-worthy?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to sort of build on Merle's point around ESG-related technologies. There's certainly a lot happening in buildings, but what we're also seeing, given the sort of districtized nature of development in the region, is a lot of integration of IoT devices like cameras, sensors, geotagging into the urban fabric, both within and around these master plans, to monitor biodiversity impact. So one I absolutely love is by Majid Al Futtaim with their new Smart Forest District, Gaff Woods. They've actually used those smart systems to catalogue all of the flora and fauna in and around their development. And they use sensors, cameras to effectively monitor sightings and condition, basically to ensure that as they're developing out the master plan, they're positively impacting the environment. That's also going to be available to residents, and you can effectively sort of sponsor or adopt a particular species, which I think is a fantastic way of sort of ensuring community buy-in to environmental best practice.
That is a wonderful, wonderful example and a great way to finish things. So thank you all very much for your contributions today. The thing that I've enjoyed most, I think, is the ability to pull out real life examples of the impact of technology in the built environment and be able to mention those clients whom we are very proud to work with across the world. There are so many more we could have mentioned, and so to do so, I'll hand over to Tommy. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, and hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be here with you today, and I've got the honour of introducing the landlords and developers around the world who have achieved the WiredScore and SmartScore portfolio distinction. The WiredScore and SmartScore portfolio awards were introduced 2 years ago to recognise the global real estate leaders who are committed to delivering the best when it comes to digital connectivity and smart-enabled outcomes across their portfolios. In doing so, they are setting the bar for the industry at large. They span across North America, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia Pacific. So without further ado, allow me to reveal this group of industry leaders. We are proud to count 60 leading landlords and developers in our 2025 portfolio cohort. Together, these 60 landlords are committed to delivering a best-in-class, technology-enabled experience across their real estate portfolios, which total 959 buildings, amassing 243 million square feet of net leasable space. A huge congratulations to our portfolio champions. And that's not all. This year, we've introduced certificates of excellence. These certificates give greater recognition to the cohort members who are truly excelling above the rest of the market in specific critical categories of delivering well-connected and smart buildings. So I'm delighted to share with you the winners of our excellence categories. First, Access and Navigation has been awarded to John Buck Company USA for delivering seamless access and navigation to their buildings through technology. Cybersecurity, data management, and systems integration certificates have been awarded to the King Abdullah Financial District in Saudi Arabia for leveraging technology to deliver a standards-based approach to managing cybersecurity threats and for enabling communication between the different building systems and solutions to ensure buildings can share accurate, consistent, and understandable data with their occupiers. We're fortunate to be joined by Ramez Al-Fayez, CIO, CTO, and CSO at CAFT, to share a few words on receiving these certificates of excellence. Welcome, Ramez.
Thank you, Tommy. It's an absolute honor to accept the Certificate of Excellence for Cybersecurity, Data Management, and System Integration from WiredScore. At CAFT, we are committed to offering a smart city environment that seamlessly blends advanced connectivity and digital infrastructure to meet the evolving needs of modern businesses and urban living. These certificates reaffirm our dedication to creating a thriving ecosystem where tenants can rely on cutting-edge technology to access real-time data that enhances well-being, productivity, and overall urban experiences. As Saudi Arabia undergoes a remarkable transformation under Vision 2030, CAFT is proud to lead the way in shaping the future of work and urban living. By promoting exclusive technology-enabled Grade A experiences, we contribute to Riyadh's position as a world-class city and a hub for businesses and innovation. Thank you to WiredScore for this fantastic recognition. We look forward to continue this partnership and delivering best-in-class solutions for our tenants. Over to you, Tommy.
Thank you, Ramez. We're delighted to be partnering with such a forward-thinking landlord. And on to the next category, digital services and well-being. These two certificates have been awarded to Grupo GMP from Spain for delivering outstanding technology solutions that help track and improve occupiers' comfort, health, and productivity. I'd like to invite Silvia Llanes, ESG and Innovation Director from Grupo GMP, to tell us what it means for the company to win the Digital Services and the Wellbeing Certificate of Excellence. Over to you, Silvia.
Thank you, Tommy. All of us at Grupo GMP are really excited to receive these two certificates of excellence for well-being and digital services from WiredScore. Believe me, they mean a lot to us because they reflect our commitment to creating a distinctive, relevant, and unique user experience in our office buildings. And they also reassure us that we are moving in the right direction. Creating spaces where people can truly thrive is at the core of GMP's business model. And WiredScore's recognition motivates us to continue developing innovative and sustainable solutions that make a real difference, which is not that easy. We know from our occupiers that healthy and sustainable environments with excellent digital services are a top priority for them, to attract and retain talent, and also to enjoy more fulfilling, satisfying, and productive workplaces. So what else can I say? A big thank you to WiredScore for this incredible recognition. And also to our office building occupiers, whose insights help us a lot to improve. And of course, to the great team at GMP that has been involved in this achievement. Be sure that we will continue investing in our office buildings, always putting people first. And I want to highlight it, always putting people first. Back to you, Tommy.
Thank you, Sylvia. We're excited to keep collaborating with Grupo GMP to create spaces where people can thrive. Now let's discover the rest of the categories. Internet connectivity has been awarded to Red Tree Capital in France for leading the market in offering a wide range of reliable internet options, from fast and expensive to budget-friendly, with backup systems and secure Wi-Fi available for everyone. Mobile Performance has been awarded to Hysan Development in Hong Kong for delivering an optimal mobile performance for their occupiers across their portfolio. Future Readiness is awarded to GSG Berlin in Germany for outstanding future capacity planning in their assets, including both ample space and a digital backbone to seamlessly incorporate new technologies and solutions. Joining us from Germany, I'm pleased to welcome Sebastian Blecker, COO of GSG Berlin. Sebastian, over to you.
Thank you, Tommy. All of us at GSG Berlin are honored to receive WiredScore's Certificate of Excellence in Future Readiness. This recognition underscores our commitment to providing state-of-the-art, future-ready buildings for our tenants. Our WiredScore Portfolio Award demonstrates our dedication to delivering high-quality digital infrastructure across our commercial portfolio, and our commitment to ensuring that our properties are equipped with the best connectivity and technology solutions. With this focus, we have enhanced the overall occupier experience we deliver, which allows our tenants to operate more efficiently and stay ahead in an increasingly digital world. The Certificate of Excellence further acknowledges the outstanding work we have done in optimizing our properties to meet the highest standards of connectivity, resilience, and innovation. It affirms our position as a leader in the real estate sector, offering spaces in beautiful historic buildings in Berlin that are not only functional, but also future-proof. This achievement is a testament to the hard work of our team and our commitment to continuous improvement. We are proud of this recognition and look forward to continuing to offer exceptional spaces in the capital city of Germany and the hub of the German startup scene that support the success of our tenants. Thank you. And back to you, Tommy.
Thank you, Sebastian, and congratulations again to GSG Berlin for your incredible work. Now on to the final 5 categories. Occupier Setup has been awarded to Fengate from Canada for offering digital infrastructure that ensures seamless integration, simplifying occupiers' installation. Operational Excellence has been awarded to British Land UK for best-in-class implementation of smart technology solutions to optimize building operations, both reducing cost and increasing efficiency. Resilience has been awarded to Memeni Germany for providing a diverse digital infrastructure and additional resiliency against unforeseen circumstances. Safety and Security has been awarded to Swire Properties Hong Kong for incorporating solutions to manage and optimize building security and ensure enhanced people safety. Sustainability Technology is awarded to Derwent London UK for enabling the measurement, reporting and optimization of key sustainability KPIs for their buildings. Now, please welcome William Waples, Senior Asset Manager from Derwent London. Over to you, Will.
Thank you, Tommy. Firstly, thank you very much to WiredScore for awarding us the Certificate of Excellence for Sustainability Technology. Derwent London has a long-standing relationship with WiredScore, having been the first UK PropCo to partner with you. We've always valued WiredScore's efforts to drive technology excellence in real estate, and WiredScore and SmartScore certifications are already built into the fabric of how we work. It's great to see how your certifications have evolved to become a globally recognised, peer-reviewed industry standard that today is widely accepted by our competitors and acknowledged by occupiers across our portfolio. Some of the highlights of our partnership with WiredScore have been the fact that we were the first in the UK to achieve a platinum certification at White Collar Factory in Old Street. Fast forward 10 years, and amazingly, we achieved a SmartScore Platinum at the White Collar Factory, and this was the first in the world to achieve this in a retrofit building. Being a part of the 2025 portfolio cohort, and in particular winning the Certificate of Excellence for Sustainability Technology, means so much to us as a business. The certification is a reflection of the hard work across the Derwent team to leverage technology to achieve our sustainability goals. Thank you again for this recognition, and we look forward to the next phase of our exciting partnership with WiredScore. Back to you, Tommy.
Thank you, Will. And this is the end of our award celebration. Congratulations again to our 2025 portfolio cohort and Certificate of Excellence winners. Back to you, William.
Thank you, Tommy, and congratulations to all of our winners. I hope everyone is leaving today with fresh insights and is feeling inspired by leaders and best practices we've explored together. At WiredScore, we're incredibly proud to play a role in fostering collaboration and knowledge sharing within the industry. If you'd like to delve deeper into this year's global and regional trends, I encourage you to download WiredScore's Insights 2025 report from our website. This comprehensive resource includes the detailed macro trends and data points presented by Axel and Freya, along with the market insights shared during the roundtable discussion. And with that, we've reached the end of WiredScore's Insights 2025 Building for People. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at future events.
Thank you.